So I'm going to do the outside of your McLuey 363 now. So if we look under the bonnet, we've got the engine battery here on the left hand side. So if you want to jump start the van at all, this is the battery you go to. The brake fluid here attached to the servo down the back. Power steering fluid goes in here. Engine oil gets topped up through this cap just there, and you can check the engine oil there from the dipstick. We carry on round. You've got a few fuses and relays underneath here, but you shouldn't ever need to get there. Same for this box as well. Again, just fuses and relays. The engine oil, engine coolant goes in here, and the washer fluid goes down there. In this little box here is your air filter. But you know, this whole thing's going to be serviced, so you know, you shouldn't ever have to go near any of that anyway, but that's where it all is, just in case. So carry on to the near side now. You'll push on this left hand side to release this diesel filling cap. So that's your ignition key that goes into this slot. Push in and round and it'll come out and pop it away just like that. There's no, you know, no locking system on it. Your freshwater inlet, which is where I needed to go to pop some extra water in to show you the tap pumping the water around. And this is where you get to the freshwater inlet. So push in and round to take that off and sort of put it in its lock position as well. And you do need to put it in the lock position where it is now in order to lock it up. So if I show you this key in there, turn it all the way, take the key back out, and then it will just spin round. You won't be able to take it out. So the next locker across is your gas locker, which has got a new sticker on it, so you know it's good as new. You've got a couple of dropout holes in the locker here, so the reason there's nothing else in here apart from gas is because you need to keep these little dropouts absolutely clear, so that if anything was to leak in here, I mean it doesn't at the moment, but if anything was to leak, it would drop out through there. So turn these bottles on, it's anti-clockwise round to the left, and if you remember to go all the way on like I have now, when you come back to it to turning it off, it'll only go one way, which is round to the right clockwise for off. So I'm going to leave that on now because I've got the fridge on still. Got a new pigtail hose here, so that's 2021 dated, and all of this lot down here, you don't need to worry about any of that. This is just an isolator and a test point for us when we're doing our pressure tests. So all you need to do is, if you're going to get another bottle or you run out of gas in this bottle, this is a new bottle as well, by the way, so when you eventually run out of gas in this one, all you need to do is undo this here, which is quite tight, so just undo it there and then pop it onto your new bottle and tighten that up, just past hand tight, you know, just give it a good nip up with a big spanner, but it doesn't have to be too tight because it's only a soft metal. So yeah, so that's where that is. Your hookup point, which I've got connected up at the moment to show you what, you know, the bits on the inside. Pretty simple. You just literally plug your cable into it, make sure that the flap up here is on the top, otherwise it won't go on. The vent for your boiler. So if you had this on the gas, you'd feel hot air coming out through this little vent underneath where my finger is, so that's how you can check that it's definitely working. So next up, we've got, just at the back here, you've got a massive locker, you know, just for storage underneath the bed, which is really, really handy. Nothing, you know, to actually show you under there, but just loads of storage. Under here, if I show you, there you go. Got this, which is your wastewater drain off. So if I pull that, if there was any wastewater in the tank, it would drain out, and then put it away, push it all the way back in. All right, so that's all you need to do. So all the way in is closed up, so no wastewater will come out, and then out we'll let the water drain out. So if we carry on now, don't worry, I know it's really dirty, but we haven't given it a proper wash yet. So yeah, so we've got the toilet cassette locker. So like I said on the inside, if you find that you try to take this out by lifting this little cap up in here and pulling out, and it won't come out any further than about here, that means that you need to go into the van and close the flap on the toilet up, because you'll find that you've left it open. But so as long as you remember to do that, you'll be absolutely fine. So if you take this out, you'll be able to take it all the way out. this has been lubricated as part of the hab check, which is the lip seal for the toilet. So all you need to do to actually drain this out is undo this little cap here, and then hold this button down here when you're actually emptying it. And once you've actually emptied it totally, you put about a cap full of the blue fluid into this, give it a little whoosh, you know, a little shake around, and then lift it up, plonk it back in all the way, and that's it. That's locked up. That's ready to use again. And the only other thing to sort of point out is you've got a fresh water flush, so you don't need to worry about putting any flush fluid in the top or anything like that. It literally comes straight from your freshwater tank, so you do need to make sure you've got a little bit of water in the system in order to flush your toilet, but you know, it just makes it easier, so you don't have to worry about any pink fluid. But if you did want to keep the bowl sort of moisturised, if you like, I haven't got a better word to call it really, you can buy spray bottles of the pink fluid to go around the bowl on the inside, which is something I'd recommend actually to do. And then to lock that up, you've got no lock on the top one, but if you've heard 2 clicks like I did when I closed it just then you get this key here, pop it in there. I'll show you what I'm doing. Just turn it the only way it'll go, and then you won't be able to push that anymore. That's that. These 2 big vents here are for the fridge, so that's where I had to go. So I've taken your burner out and I've cleaned it up and put it back together. It was a little bit sort of dirty and clogged up, so that's all free now, and it burns really nice blue flame. But like I said, it was just a little bit smelly when it lit up. It's just the you know, lack of use of the fridge, if I'm honest. I've gone around the fridge on the inside with some clear silicone, so you don't get any smell coming inside the van. But like I said, if you use this fridge more on gas, the smell will just go away. So yeah, just a bit of lack of use. The actual door lock, so if I close this up properly, again, it's the same key that I just showed you on the toilet cassette locker, and it's exactly the same way, just turning it and then hearing a click, and then you won't be able to pull the handle anymore. And then I think the last thing to point out really is that the leisure